Thank you, Allison. And Discover Peoria is your concierge for local events, shops to visit, and eateries to try, and places to explore in Greater Peoria. The Peoria area has a ton happening. To ensure you're not missing anything going on in our community, follow Discover Peoria on social media. And JD is here to share what there is to discover in Greater Peoria. And he's here with a little guest today as well.
One of our Peoria ambassadors, my daughter Mel, Florioli.
So JD, tell us about what's kind of going on. There's so many events that are happening.
Well, great opportunities here tonight. Well, we heard Alice's report. We got some great opportunities tonight for great weather, cooler weather. So we want to ask you to go out to Wildlife Prairie Park for a night hike. We've not done that before, but you can meet at the visitor center tonight. And as they go on a night hike, you're going to use red light flashlights to search quietly for the owls around the park. You can see some of the activity there from the red light flashlights. Get out there, enjoy just a gem of the Midwest that we call Wildlife Prairie Park. So you can do that tonight at 8:30.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I heard that Juneteenth is happening tomorrow. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Juneteenth festivities kick off tomorrow as well. So that's going to be down on the Peoria riverfront. So 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This event has continued to grow year over year. So what can you expect? Celebration of culture and community and freedom with the Ernestine Jackson Parade. You can see some of the photos there. Pageants, a fashion show, health and wellness fair, alumni basketball game, bounce houses, and food. Great for family fun for anybody looking to get down on the riverfront this weekend.
Yeah, and I heard that there's also some more events that are happening as well.
Absolutely, yes. So the annual Moss Avenue sale, Saturday, again tomorrow, weather permitting, of course. Get out there and have some fun. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Everybody's familiar with the Moss Avenue sale. It's been a tradition for over 40 years, right? And so it's something for everybody. Those that like antiquing like my wife or shopping, but for me and the kiddos, and particularly Mel, love the food options right there, the food and drink. And so I'll be there carrying anything that we may need carried and eating anything that's in sight. So get out there on Moss Avenue tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And just remember, it's all free. So rain or shine, that's going to be taking place. So
yeah, that's awesome. And it seems like there's just so many events happening like tomorrow, and it just seems so fun. And how does kind of Discover Peoria kind of get their way into all these events?
Yeah, so there's way more we can be tapping into. So we'd encourage anybody to go to our social media, Discover Peoria, but also our peoria.org. Go to our calendar of events. And so anybody can submit events and look at all the events upcoming as well. So we highly encourage you to go to our calendar of events and learn about all the events, not just these three, that are happening around the entire region.
Yeah, and how do these events kind of shape, Peoria and make this city so unique?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the diversity of this weekend, we talk about Heritage and Juneteenth, and then antiquing for 40 years and Moss Avenue, and then just our outside diversity and trails and recreation. And again, this doesn't even tap into the convention and events that are happening at the Civic Center, our concerts, anything that's driving. We know that tourism goes beyond the visitor, right?
Yeah.
What's good for a resident is great for a visitor.
Exactly.
And the more we can promote that, the better off we are.
Well, thank you so much, JD. And you heard him. So many festivals and so many things are happening this Saturday. And you can check it out on our website at 25newsnow.com. And thank you so much, JD.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
We all are.